Bill, what up, man?
Man, what's going on with you, Ness, man? Thank you for having me, the voice of the people, man. Shout out to all you guys this morning.
Turn that camera on. Let them see you, Bill.
Oh, man.
Oh, Ness. You in the bed? You want me? It's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. You know what I mean? I'm working it out this morning, man.
It's all good. It's all good. So listen,
early.
Man. Let's jump right into it, man. Let's jump right into it. You know, I know you a busy man. You just waking up on the West Coast. Maxi Hughes, IBO champ, man. Are we taking this fight?
I mean, at this point, Ness, we're trying to get the best fight in there that the people want to see. To me, I still want Rolly Romero to answer to the question. If you don't got Tank Davis, right? You called out Devin Haney, right? You come back with a false narrative and saying that we're outpricing ourselves when there's nobody for us to nobody that we're asking the money from. Mayweather Promotions, PBC, Al and them don't believe in you. They're not asking us to put up any money. We're asking to put the money up for Rolly Romero, right? We're asking to put up the money for JoJo Diaz. Come on now, which one of them? Either one of them got to stand up. And then if they don't stand up and they're official ducks, then come on, Maxi Hughes. But I mean, the money that we got for Rolly Romero is 5 to 7 times 700% markup on the money that he's been getting. He got paid $150,000 his last fight. So I mean, what is he worth? What does he need? Does he need 700,000, 800,000? But come on, we got it for him. You know, let's make this shit happen. Louis de Cuba, if you hear me, you know I've been calling you. You know I've been looking for you. You know, come on, let's make this thing happen.
I mean, it looks like Rolly has been ordered by the WBA to face Tank, and Tank chose to keep the title that Rolly is, or that you know, that it's the same division with Rolly. So it just looks like that's in-house, like what Mayweather said. You know what I mean? So it just looks like that's what they're gonna do. So I just want to talk about.
We want to fight Rolly.
I mean, Tank don't say much, man. He announced November, though. I mean, right? But look, I want to talk about Maxi Hughes because I'm looking at it like a free check, man. My man got 5 losses. He been stopped 3 times. He had the performance of his life versus Giovanni Straffon, but you know, I don't think he on that level with Devin, and there's a belt on the line. Like, I don't know how you and Devin feel about the IBO, but them is my peoples. I believe in the IBO and they system. They give people opportunities. So I wanted to know specifically, were you interested in that IBO belt at all?
Oh, we respect. Oh yeah, we respect it. We've been looking at the IBO, and it's definitely a belt that we wouldn't have overlooked. We know that the greats like Floyd Mayweather, Anthony Joshua, you know, have held it, you know, among others. So it's one of the ones that we want on the shelf, right? But make no mistake about it. I am still very optimistic about getting these guys in here that you know that have challenged us. You know, you had Rolly mentioning Devin, you had JoJo mentioning Devin, but I'm sure we'll take Maxi. Maxi has stepped up. Maxi is calling for Devin, and you always want to be in there with a fighter that wants to be in the fight, the fighter that is challenging. And, you know, shout out to Maxi Hughes, you know what I mean, for stepping up and talking the shit and talking the kind of language that we want to hear. And that's fight now, not next, not 3 to 5 years, but now. So absolutely, we are, you know, kudos to Maxi Hughes.
For sure. I got Lady Chan in the building. Lady Chan, you're actually from the United Kingdom, and I know you probably
Am I?
I mean, you know.
I'm joking. Yeah,
you know.
I'm kidding. Yeah,
I mean, so look, I'm not trying to sell Maxi Hughes to my audience. You know, I'm telling them what he is. He's a guy with 5 losses, but he's got a belt. And Haney's, in my opinion, is an avoided fighter. It's like, pick up that belt. Either way, it looks good in pictures. It looks good on TV. You know, it gives a certain perception. What do you think of that Haney versus Maxi Hughes fight? Because he just got to deal with Matchroom after beating Giovanni Straffon on Dazn the other day.
Okay, so I don't know much about this dude, but the IBO, it doesn't have Mandos. So
It doesn't.
But it doesn't have Mandos, but they pay. I'm trying to figure out. It doesn't have Mandos, but do they pay sanctioning fees do the belt holders pay sanctioning fees for it?
Absolutely. Usyk is already paying for that AJ fight.
I'd Riddick Bow that belt.
Wow. You heard her? No way. Listen, Bill.
Well,
you like coming on here.
Say though, no. If I had the IBO belt, like AJ's had it for years, a few people's had it for years, and they're paying sanctioning fees for it, but there's no Mandos on it. I personally would Riddick Bow it, but in the position that yourself and your son's in, I think it's a credible belt to go for, because at least you fought for that belt, and it's still a solid belt. So it's kind of like. Yeah, it's kind of like, don't see it as like a starter's belt, but most of the champs, they started with IBO belts as well. So I think in your position, just take the fight, grab the money, beat him up, take the belt.
For real. And it's another belt. It's pictures and perception to me. You know, it's the post-fight interview. Look, I had to fight this champ because the other champs don't want me. You know, it's a message. It's how I look at it. Free check more than anything.
No, absolutely, Lady Chan.
Yeah, Bill.
we respect the fact of any fighter at this point in time that comes out and says that they want to fight. They want to fight Devin. That was what we gave the respect to the Rolly Romeros of the world. We don't look past Maxi Hughes. You'll never hear me saying, well, who is he? What has he done? Right? If he's a fighter and he spent his lifetime getting to the point that he wants to become a world champion just like Devin, then you got to respect it.
Yeah.
You got to respect him. You got to respect him for, you know what I mean, for stepping up. And that's just where I'm at with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I say take the fight. Yeah. No problem. Take the fight. When would the fight happen? If you take the fight, when would the fight happen?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say, because I know Devin wanted October. I know you had some conversations about a date in October, but Maxi just winning. If you can't get Rolly, so what are we looking at for a true turnaround?
Okay, we were initially talking about October. We had an October date, and Jojo Diaz said he wouldn't be available because of his eye. So what we did was we said, well, let's go. We have to go in November. We have to give Jojo adequate amount of time, right? Because of the eye. It comes to find out that Jojo doesn't want to do it. He's saying that there's more money in him fighting Ryan Garcia. Well, if it was that much money in the fight, why wasn't it announced? Why are they still negotiating? Because even Dazn doesn't believe that it's that much money in the fight. They're making an in-house fight between Golden Boy, between Ryan Garcia and Jojo Diaz, and saying that it's a whole lot of money in the fight. But if it was that kind of money, the fight would have already been made.
Right.
Yeah. So you want your son back in the ring by when?
As soon as possible. November. We'd like him to be in there in November now, because obviously, we want, even though he's in the gym, we would still want an adequate training camp, and I think November is fair.
Okay. Damn, that's another 3 months away, man.
Oh, it's not. It's 2.
I mean, we got to live out this month,
It's like
yeah.
We got to live out this month,
depending where in November.
Yeah, man. And it's, I don't know. So Devin tweeted out, currently a free agent, but Eddie is still on my team, tied to no network. Can you give us more context to this?
You said now. Well,
all right. He's obviously with another person in the car or something, or in the gym.
No. Okay, sorry. That was my phone ringing.
Oh, good. All good. Appreciate your time, Bill.
Yeah. No, Eddie has been a great partner with us. We have a whole lot of respect for what Eddie had stepped up and did, and did the deal as a co-promoter, which gave us which gave us the ability to do what we've been doing with Devin Haney Promotions, and Devin being the youngest promoter in the game and youngest world champion. When you talk about him, he doesn't come on there and says he comes on there and says what the fans want is that we need the name, we need the kind of fight, right? And he also says that Dazn is willing to back the fight with a substantial amount of money, right? So these guys that are creating these narratives that they don't have dates, right? You have a promoter and Eddie who comes out and says that we have a date lined up. We have a company in Dazn that's willing to pay, right? And these guys still don't answer to the call. They still don't answer, right? Mm-hmm. You don't hear JoJo doesn't have a date, right? Rolly doesn't have a date. Brian doesn't have a date yet, right? So what's the problem? Right? It goes back to the old thing with Gary Russell is we have to wait for guys when we got a date. We got a date and an opportunity for both fighters to get paid, both families to get paid. I just don't understand it.
Yeah,
and and they're one-offs. It's not like that we're asking them to come over. You know what I mean? And you got to you got to be a part of Eddie Hearn. You got to sign to Eddie Hearn. Although I've heard that Maxi Hughes has signed, right?
Yeah, he did.
There was yeah.
Why don't you guys? What's the problem with don't you want to just sign back with Eddie Hearn or, like a 3-fight deal with Hearn?
I mean, what 3 fights can he offer them? These guys got to say yes.
Well, it's to the point that they don't, Lady Chan, they don't 100% keep it real about Devin and what Devin brings to the table. I know the ratings from what I'm hearing, even with Eddie, he did over 400,000 his last fight, right? Mm-hmm. We did it, and Ness will tell you, what a great showing it was. You know how the people came out.
400,000. Let me just put that into perspective. 400,000 is fantastic for a 22-year-old guy when you consider 600,000 for Canelo versus Jacobs. Just saying.
Right. So the thing is that we provide opportunities for the fighters to also get paid. This Devin is fighting. Gamboa got paid. Linares, he got paid, right? Mm-hmm. And Devin carried the show. There was no promoting from Linares for that fight, right? No. Other than just his name. Devin did all the heavy lifting, right? So we know that, and we respect the fact of what Eddie brings to the table. He brings a relationship with Dazn, and he validates the fact that we can have a place like the Michelob Arena at the Mandalay Bay, some of these bigger venues, right? So I think it's just a great partnership that we have. But ultimately, Dazn is the one that pays the money. It's a network that pays the money, and we're in that position. We're not naive to the fact that we think that Eddie is writing a check from the Hearn from the Hearn account. You see what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's when you have that kind of understanding. Traditionally it comes as an older fighter, right? Yeah. Devin is just a younger fighter now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and Eddie, for real, does he really have the stable for 135s? No, he doesn't. Not really like that.
Yeah, but Eddie's doing enough. We don't need to be tied to Dazn. Eddie's the mouthpiece. He keeps Devin in the media. Look, this Maxi Hughes character fought Saturday, not Devin, but Devin is the talk of the weekend. Eddie's doing his job with that. It still boils down to the fighter, wanting to fight. And that's why, Bill, I think that you guys should just focus on Devin. Snatch this belt up. Make it him a main event, maybe it's a UK fight and you get international, but you glorify this IBO, you glorify this champion, and then you beat his ass. I mean, you got to just do your own thing. Sitting
What
around
about?
waiting.
Let me ask you this.
I mean, what we gonna
Because
wait
I
for
love-
Rolly for? Look, first of all, let's remember Rolly just got stripped. He don't even have a belt no more. Like, what we waiting for Rolly for?
What about Lee Selby?
Lee Selby.
Hell no, man.
Cambosis beat him
Split
in the
decision.
bubble.
It was
In the
split
He ain't
bubble.
got no belt. He ain't got no belt. I'm saying go for that IBO, man. Lee Selby, I mean, he fought Omar Douglas.
Yeah.
Like, you know, he ain't
Yeah.
got no
I
belt.
like-
Lee Selby
really
was
like
an
the
ex-champ though.
I really
Lee
like
Selby
the
was a
gentleman
belt.
over at Lee Selby is an ex-champion. He's an
Yeah.
ex-champion who had a split decision. He had a split decision loss that people considered that maybe that he won that fight, that he beat George Kambosos.
Yeah,
Right?
no, don't shake your head, Ness. Don't put out your tongue.
I'm
too low.
shaking my head
Because-
about this Lee Selby fight, man. This ain't the fight, man. Lee Selby started at like 122 or some shit like that. I know Lee
Started off
Selby,
at
man.
Bantam.
Like, he ain't the fight. That ain't gonna do nothing for
Just
Devin.
go for the belt.
I mean, don't get me
just for
wrong.
an
Maybe
IPO.
Lee Selby is a bigger name in the
I'll tell you
UK.
what we do.
He is.
I'll tell you what we do with what we do for the UK, our UK fans is we have Lee Selby at 3 in the afternoon in Oakland, California,
Oh
where
my God.
everyone in the UK will get a chance to watch the fight, right, at a reasonable time, right, and former world champion, right, ranked.
Yo,
ranked
stop, Bill. No, no, Eddie. Yo,
I don't mind it. I
Max,
don't mind it.
but listen.
Okay,
Listen, I got my poll, right? You seen the poll. I know you watching it, man. 72% rather the IBO and the WBC Haney fight Hughes, man. Like, Selby, what the, you guys are like, when the last time Selby been in the ring?
Kambosos.
And when was that?
That was
2020,
Kambosos.
last year.
That was Kambosos' last fight.
That was last year.
Kambosos'
It was in the
last
bubble.
opponent.
Yeah, it was in the bubble.
I don't want that, man.
What's more appealing to you, Bill?
The belt.
Grabbing a belt, or a bigger name by an ex-champ that has no belt.
Well, they're both. You must respect the fact that Maxi Hughes is asking for the fight.
And
He's
he beat the
vocal
champ, man.
about
He
the fight,
just,
right? And
bruh,
giving
he
him-
just beat the
Yeah.
champ, though. He beat the champ.
Yes.
Like, it was already
And that guy-
rumors that
and-
y'all
and-
was supposed to fight that Mexican. It was already Straffen rumors. You ain't even answer my text. I said, who's Straffen? You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, I find out he the one getting beat by Maxi Hughes. So, come on, man. Give Hughes the shot, man. Take that belt.
Yeah.
Lee Selby, man. Lee
Yeah.
Selby.
Yeah. Is there any other
Hey,
options
listen,
other than
like
that?
I said,
No,
I
not
like-
really, is there?
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
go
like the
ahead.
fact that I like I said, Ness, I like the fact that that Maxi Hughes is stepping up and he's vocal about it. But I also like the fact that Dazn has a big enough bat, right, that should intrigue the fighters to get in the ring. I mean, it's just, I don't know, it's just post-pandemic or pre-post pandemic, right? But it's a lot of money involved. Ness.
Listen, for DAZN, I get it. They focused on DAZN UK, so Selby is a bigger name, but Hughes got the belt. He got the belt that looks better on television. Y'all could sell it as a unification if you stand on it. It's a unification. Why? Because he got a belt and I got one, and these other champions are afraid of me. That's it.
Right.
Yeah.
Fucking Selby? Oh, man. Selby ain't even got no power. He the Welsh Mayweather. Remember they used to call him the Welsh Mayweather?
But he's he's a good
no.
fighter, though.
He's
Decent
decent.
fighter,
Listen,
though.
don't
He
get
is
me
a decent
wrong.
fighter.
Don't get me
little
wrong.
lip.
Hey,
Like-
Lady
I
Tan,
thought,
Yeah.
do they rate Lee Selby in the UK?
of course.
Yeah. We rate him. He's ex-champ. Yeah, we do rate Lee Selby. I mean, it's not like we go around talking about him every day and stuff, but I mean, yeah, definitely.
Who is
he's
he
a good
with?
name. I have
Who is he
no
with,
clue.
you know?
I have no clue. I forget. Who is he? Are you talking about trainer-wise? who's his trainer and stuff,
Nah,
or are you talking about
promoter.
promotion company, or you like who's his son?
Outfit, yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure.
I want to
clue,
know where
because
the
I haven't
hell
heard much about him since that fight.
Lee Selby
Since he
ain't
last
even
fought.
ranked, man. Where you get this shit from, Bill? Stop it. Where did Lee Selby not on nobody? Oh, he is. He on the IBO. He on the WBO. He number 10 in the WBO. This mother sucker. Nah, don't do it, man. He a 10 when you could get a belt, man. Why would you fight a 10 ranked dude when you could get a strapped
Get a
up
belt.
champ?
Yeah.
A strapped up champ that
I'm
won
just
his.
looking at
He
Hughes'
won.
thing.
He won that fight on Dazn, the same network you gonna fight. Like he lukewarm right now. Selby, you be giving Selby a shot. Ain't nobody talking about Selby
Yeah, there's
right
no
now.
point. Yeah, there's no point with Selby. I'm looking at Hughes's box rec. He's southpaw. So how does Devin's already fought a southpaw, right? Is Gamboa southpaw, or was he orthodox?
He's only fought one southpaw, and it will be a great opportunity for him to fight like I said.
Another
a fighter
southpaw.
that's coming, a fighter that has confidence. Yeah, southpaw. Yes.
Yeah, and he's got a strap. Yeah, he's 31. You know, yeah, I think he's still in. He's still in his prime.
He's the best of the rest,
So
man. He's the best.
He's still in his prime. Like he's hit prime.
Maxi?
Yeah.
Hell yeah, he just won a belt, and he's a dude that's already had losses. He's a dude that's already had losses. And he found a way to win, man. He got his story.
Well, one.
Yeah, forget Lee Selby.
Ness.
Yo, we listening?
Hey, Ness. Well, listen. You know, DHP can't argue with their matchmaker. You know what I mean? You know best. If you say that it's Maxi Hughes,
as long as the belt got to be on the line. You can't fight Maxi Hughes and all of a sudden he gonna drop the belt because he fighting for Devin belt. You gotta have that belt on the line. Like Hughes don't deserve a shot if he ain't got the belt. Like he you know, he's got 5 losses and 3 by knockout. You know what I'm saying? I don't know who the hell he's lost to. Look, Martin Ward, maybe I heard of Martin Ward, but right now he's hot because he's coming off of winning the British title, and then he went straight into the Strafford fight and he won the IBO title. So his natural evolution is now the WBC title, but that's where the buck stops.
Well, like I said, to be the fighter that Devin is, and us as a company, to have our matchmaker be the voice of the people. If it's Maxi Hughes, then it's Maxi Hughes.
I mean, what else are you gonna do? Sit around and wait for Rolly to decide what he wants to do when he's the contender? Like, come on.
He's fighting Tank.
Exactly, but he wants to wait and see, is he really fighting Tank? So like, Devin stays out the ring longer. Nah, get the people a Devin Haney, another show. You know, I like the Oakland. Why wouldn't Maxi come to America?
You know why? You know why? Because what Devin is he's a guy that has a date, that has the money, has the fanfare, has the notoriety, right? He has name and he has name recognition. If you don't know him by face, you know you've heard the name, unless you've been living under a rock for the last 5 to 6 years. So what I'm saying is we set him up, we threw him out there, right? We threw him out there, dressed him up, and we still hope that he's walking through the jungle and somebody is going to bite. Somebody is going to look at it, and they're going to look at the house note, they're going to look at their bills, they're going to their family, the pressure from the voice of the people and all the channels alike is going to say, you know what? I'm going to go get this money, right? Unlike it was with Gary Russell, who had an opportunity, and 18 months later, he's still there, right?
Yeah.
Does that fight not still look good? Of course, with Gary, the less that he fight, the less value he has that he can demand the kind of money, but that fight is still there, right? When are these people?
Hang on, cut out, Bill.
Yeah, he got a call. You know, you're a busy man out here.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah, man, so far our new poll, should Devin Haney fight Lee Selby, former champ, Maxi Hughes, IBO champ? Maxi Hughes got 70% of the votes, man. Give Maxi his shot, man. Maxi did
Yeah, I
what he
just
needed to
voted.
do.
I voted Maxi.
Maxi
as well.
he did what he needed to do. And listen, if you're Devin, make your own fucking lane, man. These dudes are lames. Stop waiting on them, man. Stop waiting on them. Dude, I want to go to Oakland. I never been to Oakland, not even when Dre was fighting in Oakland. I want to go to Oakland. Devin Haney,
Okay.
Maxi Hughes, Unification in Oakland. Where in Oakland this is going to happen at, Bill?
It's blurry.
Wait, hello?
Where in Oakland is it going to happen?
Wait a minute, hold on.
Oh, shit, he came through.
Okay, can you hear me now?
We hear you.
Okay. Yeah. So so you know when you allow to the month of December, right? You don't rush into it, and then they say, because we learned a little bit in this shit going along, we don't say, oh well, they all along they had Maxi Hughes. No, all along they were on Dazn. No, right? We're here and we're available to make this shit happen, and that's what putting Devin in the best position as a fighter for his legacy.
Yeah, but
Now
Devin
you
is
come
the
back to
champ,
say,
man.
okay,
Devin is the champ, though, Bill. Why should he wait on anybody? Take this main event, go to Oakland.
right,
Yeah.
right, and that's the possibility. We won't pass up our date, but you know, until I get the message from Devin and from you know Eddie and the whole team that it is Maxi Hughes, right? I can't make the announcement. I
Okay.
woke up to the boxing voice like I do every morning, right? And saw that you know, of course, that you were pushing it, Ness. And also I got a little bit you know, briefed as much as, you know, that Maxi is going to the media and he's pushing for the fight. So with all due respect to him, right, is what we're saying is, why wouldn't all the other fighters, you know, want the belt like Maxi? So we don't say, oh, who is he or whatever. We say, okay, you know, I say, you know, well, maybe that might be a good fight. I don't rule it out. You know what I mean? Like they did with us when we were coming up and Devin was asking for the
Maxi is
champions.
with MTK, by the way. So maybe you could get that done and it opens up the JoJo waves.
Listen, MTK, I'm still with all due respect, Eddie was speaking to MTK, right? And everything that I've heard about MTK and in the sense of them not being no punks. So if JoJo Diaz, if they believed that JoJo Diaz was like that and he was going to knock down Devin and then he was going to knock down Ryan, right? Then they would put him in. It's to my understanding that MTK is more along inclined to negotiate the fight, but Oscar De La Hoya is not negotiating it at all. So, which is always what I say is a sign that they don't believe in JoJo, because Oscar De La Hoya sat ringside at the Devin Haney Jorge Linares last fight. So, you know, you know, it's no sense to me in saying, okay, with Maxi, right, is to, if you're signed already to Eddie, then we don't need to sign right now for a fight 3 months later from now. You know, let's give these other guys long enough time to see if they're going to grow some cojones, or are they going to run into some financial problems? You know what I mean? Where they're looking at their wives, they're looking at saying, you know what? Let's go get this Devin Haney fight. Let's make this fight happen, because we know the biggest fights sometimes happen too late.
Yeah.
So, you know, I try to be
It's been
as
4
least
months, Bill.
as
It's been 4
optimistic
months,
as
man.
you can with the 22-year-old, that you have enough patience in the world, because remember, Ness, he's the youngest one. He's younger than all those guys.
Yeah, but it's been 4 months, man. You know what I'm saying? Your son is young, and you know, he's a champ. You got to keep him active, man. You don't want to wait on these other people, man. But listen,
The one idea that I like is what Lady Chan and you carefully pointed out, that the guy is a southpaw. A lot of the other fighters in the division that we could be looking at, maybe even a Regis Progress fight at 140 is a southpaw. You know, a lot of the guys nowadays are southpaw, so we haven't had one, and to further Devin's progression in the ring, fighting a southpaw like a Maxi Hughes would be a great next step for him in terms of that. If those other fights aren't available,
I say jump on it and announce it early. Get the proper promotion. Why wait on other people, then announce it late, and then Devin doesn't get the right promotion for his fight in Oakland, man. The quicker the better. More time to promote, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and get the rollout happening in decent time.
Get the ball going, man. Waiting on these dudes that don't want to fight, just keep racking up
belts.
no,
don't wait on them.
Keep racking up belts, man.
They'll stall your whole entire career.
Exactly.
Hey, you make great points, Ness. That's why, like I said, I listen to you. I listen to you pertaining to Devin, and I enjoy your perspective on all the other fighters, and in and around Devin's division as well, in boxing, period. So I appreciate you guys, man. I'm going to call an emergency DHP meeting, right? And let's
before you go, let me just ask before you go, what's happened with Vasil and with Comey separately? Because obviously, there's been occasions where you've petitioned for fights. So obviously you could try to petition maybe for Vasil or Comey.
Okay, we're of the belief that we have the future in sports and Devin, and when you talk about dealing with Bob Arum, who's under a different impression that we need to be signed to them, right, versus doing an event with them, is that what separates the Richard Comey, well, not the Richard Comey, but the Vasil Lomachenko fight. Richard Comey is with Lou DiBella, and Richard. Hello?
Yeah, we listening.
Yeah, and so Richard Comey is in between Devin and
Loma.
Between Devin and Loma, right? Seeing to which fight is a more lucrative fight for him. Me personally, I love the Richard Comey fight with Devin, and bringing Richard Comey over to Dazn, right? But that's something that's was to my knowledge was still on the table as a potential fight.
And Tagago has no belt, man. So I wouldn't even consider him either, man. Like, he's just a dude you're giving a shot to, Yeah,
I think he has a great record, but I think his inactivity.
He just won a decision with Mason Menard, which is somebody that Devin and Tio fought and beat.
Right.
Yeah, I think the Maxi Hughes is the best bet.
Until something else pops up, but I don't know. Again, I wouldn't wait. Listen, I'm going to let you go, though, Bill. If you want to give out any social media, man, I just want to thank you for coming on. I know you're busy.
Hey, Ness, thank you as always, for letting me come on, man. Respect to you guys, man. Blessings, and, stay safe out there. Appreciate you.
Man. Bill Haney, thank you so much. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Bill Haney. Yeah, man, I mean, what is out there? What is out there? These dudes are bullshit, and they don't really want these opportunities. I take that Maxi Hughes fight, man, go back to Oakland, make it a big-ass party, and it's a unification to me. Listen, if T.O. could call himself undisputed,
he can call himself unified.
Thank you.
Yo, if you enjoyed the video, feel free to hit the like, subscribe, and share. As always, if you want to support us to the next level, head over to the patreon.com/ThaBoxingvoice. We have tons of exclusive from Border Wars, Entitled, betting shows, the list goes on and on and on. But in addition to that, if you guys have questions for fighters, trainers, and promoters, this is where you can submit them. We will run out, get these questions answered, and put it back on the show just for you guys. Appreciate it. Peace.